What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. Hey, you guys, come on in, come on in. Thank you for coming over at 6:15, okay, in the afternoon or evening, actually, early evening. Well, welcome to the channel. We are going to get started in just a bit, but before we do, I need to make sure that everyone can hear me. So go ahead and put your city and state or state in the chat. I'll give you guys a shout out and then we'll get started, okay? Hey, what's up? What's up to all of my mods? Hey, Linda Gamble. Anyone that you see with a purple wrench behind their name, they are a moderator and they're here to make sure that you have a good time in the chat. This is an open panel today, okay? So we're gonna, I know you guys have plenty to say. I dropped the review late, I believe, Saturday night, actually early Sunday morning. What's up, New Orleans, Louisiana, Tampa, Hampton, Virginia, California, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Columbus, Richmond, what is up? Is it Donaldsville? Donaldsonville, excuse me. Welcome, welcome. West Virginia, Tampa, Philly, Florida, Indianapolis, welcome. Okay, Little Rock, Arizona, Louisville, Kentucky, Gastonia, North Carolina, Jacksonville. Okay, y'all. Y'all know I love to see where you're coming from because, everybody's coming from all over. It really just humbles me to see all of you come on in just to hear me or talk with me. So yes, we're going to get started in just a bit, but I appreciate every single one of you. 212 of you are in the chat or have joined. Go ahead and hit the like button right now if you would, because that will help others find the video. London, UK is in the house. What is up? Miami, I see you. I see you, Syracuse. Georgia, love y'all. Come on in. Hanover, what is up? Okay, so you guys already know. I think I was saying I dropped the review early Sunday morning. Spain is here as well. What is up, Spain? And you guys had a whole lot to say. Miss Tina, Cookie from the Shy, what is up? Nola Darling, Linda Gamble, thank you guys for coming in and help moderate the chat. You guys had a lot to say about that episode, child. A lot of you were angry. You're like, I did not want this much Tisha and Marsau on my screen, okay? But y'all know that they typically do that calm before the storm thing right before an episode where, they're going to blow the roof off the mother. So this coming episode, episode 21 of 6B, they're going to blow the roof off because, Kiki, the reason they didn't want Kiki on the show in the first place is because they were afraid that Kiki was going to tell their business. So they were like, we don't want Kiki on the show for that reason. And Melody is trying to, destroy our family by bringing this girl on the show, right? And turns out whatever business she had, she didn't even have to go far to tell it because it was, rumors that happened over the summer that she's about to share. So that's going to go down on Saturday, but they had to show Tisha and Marsau in a family way, show them in business, show them in as parents, show them as a couple flirting with each other. Child, it was funny. Anywho, let me take this this thumbnail off so we can get it cracking in here. Okay. What is up, everybody? Got my little white brim on today. Let's see, 308 of you are watching. And yeah, keep hitting the like button until the likes represent the number of people watching, okay? And I'm also going to drop the link so that you guys can talk a little more about the show if you'd like, because we're doing the open panel now following the actual review. So let me show you guys that first, and then we're going to start talking about what happened over the weekend that was just scandalous, okay? Let's see. Let me get my pictures up. So the episode was called Sex Lies and Videotape. That was episode 20 that dropped on Saturday, right? And outside of, the entire show, probably the most interesting scene would have been the very last scene with Melody and Kiki. I think it have been maybe 4 or 5 minutes of conversation, but Kiki lets Melody know that Marsau and Tisha, they're sitting here acting like they're perfect and things are, her and Tisha and Kiki, they haven't mended their relationship at all. She said, in fact, we've gone backwards. And then she shared with Melody, there's rumors out there about Marsau cheating, right? However, let me get these pics up too. So 1 second. Let me put the pics up first. So here were the pictures. I'm not going to go over these scenes again because I already talked about it in the review. I'm just going to show y'all the pictures, and then if y'all want to come up and talk about it, you most certainly can, right? So this one is Martell. That was the first scene, basically picked up where it left off. Okay. And then the next scene, I believe, was Tisha and Marsau. Y'all see it, Tisha and Marsau. The next scene was Kimmy and her good friend. A lot of y'all hated that scene. You're tired. Okay. So Kimmy and her good friend. The next scene up was Tisha and Marsau again. Okay. They were, being a business couple, I guess, a power couple. And then I'll make sure I got everything. Oh, I forgot about Martell and Marsau. That was the next scene. Martell and Marsau, they actually made me think that they were going to have a whole lot more to say, but I felt like this scene just gave us a bunch of yelling and going in circles, and it was what they didn't say that, was the big deal in that scene. Marsau made it seem like there was some hidden secret around a check, a loan that he gave to Martell. But I know Martell and Melody had it, so the fact that he gave him a loan sounds like there was something else going on. And then the final scene was Kiki and Melody. So let's show that picture. So if y'all wanted to come up and talk about any of those scenes, you absolutely can. But let me put this back up. Now, after the episode had aired, the scene between Martell and Marsau seemed to be what really rocked Marsau and Tisha's world for some odd reason. Melody, for the first 2 or 3 episodes, have been actually saying pretty much some of the stuff that Martell was saying, right? That, listen, y'all have been getting checks from me for a very long time now. You still get checks from me. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't receive a check, right? You are on my coattails. You're basically, you're involved in my dream. So Melody has been saying this again for the last 2 or 3 episodes. She also, at the reunion, if y'all remember, she told him, I don't know what your finances look like now. I don't know how successful your business look like now, but I do know that y'all needed help. And I asked my mother to come to Huntsville and help you guys organize your business. And because of her, you guys got things done. And also because of me, okay, I was giving you guys business contacts. I was giving you guys referrals for business. So I do know that I was pushing money your way. And Marsau didn't flip. He just said, I appreciate it. And you're right, Melody. You're right. And I appreciate the help that you gave us. Tisha sat there with her jaw tight, but Marsau actually thanked Melody. But after watching Saturday night's episode and hearing Martell, I don't know what it was that triggered him, because Martell was, for the most part, saying pretty much the same thing Melody was saying, except he said, you guys wanted to be us. He added that on there. And he also said, what else did he say? He said, everything that you have right now is because of me and Melody. And we could have left your ass at the movie theater. Maybe you would have made it to manager by now. I think that's how it was put. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But Marsau decided to come out with a little comment because he was upset. And then Tisha reposted it in her IG stories. So I'm reading what Tisha had posted in her IG story. She says, stop playing with us, okay? She said, Marsau actually says, put his little bullet points down here. I hope they realize that while I did work at the movie theater, I also owned a 60-unit apartment complex with Reese. So now he's tagging Reese in these IRS investigations, I guess. He said he also owned a 12-plex with Tisha, a 4-plex with Reese, owned between 7 and 10 single-family homes. Because damn it, he had so many, he don't even know the exact number, okay? He then says they insisted, referring to Melody and Martell, that we used their car for about a week because Tisha didn't want to drive his Jeep. We never stayed in anything they owned and never said and they never said we did. And then Tisha said, let's go, playtime over. She's tired, okay? Even though I am sure their attorneys have advised them to shut, okay? Stop talking, child. Whatever you do, you are being sued for $5 million. It's probably in your best interest to just zip it, okay? What did Beyonce say? Everybody on mute, okay? Everybody on mute. Tisha and Marsau have failed that challenge because they have been talking every single time, from saying that they have $8,000 a month discretionary cash to now listing everything that they previously or maybe still own. Who knows? Who knows what he's saying? Is this past or present tense? I'm assuming past because he was saying what happened back in the day when he was working at the theater. Okay, so with all of that, he decided to address Martell's comments and I guess whatever was going on social media, which, by the way, if people are talking about you on social media after whatever happened on the show, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's not necessarily bad. That's what you want. You want the publicity for the show. If you weren't watching, you would, head on over and see what it's all about. And you know what? To be honest, I know even though a lot of people that watch the show, the people that follow it online may not have liked it, it was actually a good setup for someone who was watching for the very first time. It would have drawn you in a way where you're like, this is interesting. So anywho, that all went down, right? The other thing that went down is this post right here. Someone who goes by the hashtag Munchkin. Okay, that's interesting name for on your IG, but I'm going to say this is alleged because I can't prove anything that's being said here. However, it was out there. Tisha was tagged in it, and since Tisha said playtime over, okay, stop playing with us, I wanted to see if there was going to be a response from Tisha or Marsau regarding it. But it goes on to say, how did you come up with your Black Expo, your Black Business Expo, almost immediately after agreeing to sponsor us at the hashtag BHEMP? The blatant disrespect and dishonesty is beyond me. Is it because your wife demands were insane? So it sounds like she's talking to Marsau. Is it because your wife's demands were insane, as if you were Beyonce or something? Okay. She said, so because we offered you flights and a hotel stay, but because you were in no way going to fly your husband, your kids, and your babysitter business class, you literally jumped ship on us, took our business whole idea, and I'm assuming she means and business, the Scots really have some nerve. I like how y'all are skating through life as if y'all did nothing of that nature to us. Shame on you. Then she goes on to say, I'll never respect the Scots nor anything to do with them. What goes up must come down, at Letitia Scott. So that has been talked about all over social media all weekend, okay? And I don't know if y'all remember. If not, I'm about to jog your memory. I got some audio for y'all, some video for y'all. Let me put up my little disclaimer. I'll put up the disclaimer. Let's put that up. But I have some audio from y'all coming from Marsau himself, where he actually was talking about the Black Business Expo. He was talking about the expo, and in the same conversation, he shares that he steals business ideas all the time. He said, yeah, people know not to say anything that has to do with a business idea around me and Tisha. That's what he said. So I'm about to play it for y'all. I got 3 audios, okay? Okay, thank y'all. Let me see. Everybody is calling the Scots out. Yeah, everybody's calling the Scots out. Y'all call them out after that, okay? But let me play this little audio for you. I know a lot of people may not have seen it because as soon as I heard all of this, I was thinking, damn, did y'all know how Marsau likes to, and most people do, who is, operating on both sides of the fence. They hide in plain sight sometimes. And he had no problem with saying him and Tisha will do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so let me get this video up and y'all can hear it. And then we can talk a little bit more on the other side. Let's see. Let's stop. Here we go. All right, take a listen.
Did you think that you would get so much pushback from the Black Expo because people thought, well, Kimmy, let's just say, Kimmy thought y'all pretty much were trying to do the comeback group, but calling it something else, and that Black Expo was really a Marsau and Tisha thing?
Yeah, I think part of that is, but we have to understand something. The comeback group ain't did nothing. Okay? Ain't did nothing. All right? So that's the comeback group. All right? Great idea. Who owns the patent? There's so many people out there. And you'll hear this, and y'all haven't picked up on it yet. You'll hear, don't leave an idea around Marsau, right? I'll take your shit.
And I promise you, when Kimmy gets on this book and anybody else, they're gonna say, you're right. Because my thing is like, oh, that's a good idea, right? People don't even understand the flex of buying patents and taking people's idea. You know what rich people do? They tell you shit like, oh man, that's a good idea. I'll buy it off you.
Yes.
Great idea.
I was about to say, that's what they either buy it off of you or they put their name on it.
Put their name on it as in steal it, okay? Because yeah, he said it nicely, like put your name on it. But the truth of the matter is, rich people don't always say, can I buy anything off of you? So you heard him say, don't a good idea around me and Tisha because we'll take it. And he also said, that Kimmy will tell you, because I guess this is something that she is familiar with. Now, if y'all do recall, hold on one second. If y'all recall, in the scene where they talked about the comeback group, right? When they talked about the comeback group or the Black Expo, Kimmy was like, everything y'all are talking about is the comeback group. The Black Expo you guys are trying to execute is a comeback group. And from what it sounds like, this other lady, hashtag Munchkin, whatever she calls herself, she's saying that Tisha and Marsau took an idea from her. So if it took a long time for the comeback group, what the comeback group at this point in time is known for is coming together, sitting at the table, and never really being able to decide what they're going to do next. They had this, article of whatever. Hold on. I'm reading your comments. They had this, article of incorporation, whatever, all the details listed. Kimmy says she still pays taxes on the business. However, to keep the LLC, up. However, she said Marsau stole it. Now, this lady, whoever this lady is, a hashtag Munchkin I told you guys about, hashtag Munchkin, she's saying that she talked to Tisha, talked to Marsau, and must have shared ideas with them on how to execute the Black Expo. That's what it sounds like she's saying. And then she said all of a sudden, they abruptly decided not to do it, and it shows up on the television screen. That is what hashtag Munchkin is saying. So after whatever many years, 4 years of coming to the table as a comeback group, no one was able to decide what should happen next or how they should execute the next project or the project, any project for that matter. So that is how that happened. That was the first thing, okay? I have more. Y'all heard it. I just want to make sure you heard it. Now I wanted you to hear what he had to say about Tisha.
It took you and Tisha 4 weeks to do something y'all been talking about for 4 years.
You know what's funny, Carlos? I'm gonna tell you something, dog. We got a team full of shooting guards, right? Everybody on the team is a team full of shooting guards. And our team doesn't lack leaders. We lack leadership. Somebody got to take the wheel. And guess who did it? Tisha.
Ooh.
Pop your teeth. Pop your teeth.
There goes that dumb, naive, weak woman.
Weak woman, weak, stupid, can't do nothing without nobody. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? The only shit that ever been done with the comeback group has been done by who?
Tisha. He's saying that Tisha's the one who executed. So again, when I saw this comment with this lady adding Tisha, I was like, oh shoot. Did Tisha take this lady's idea in regards to how to put in an incubator for the Black Expo? Because y'all know the Black Expo as an idea, period, that's not new. If y'all have been around for a little bit, y'all have heard of the Coca-Cola Classic and Black Expo. They kind of went to city, and they would get like, new businesses to come in and be like a business incubator. People would come in and talk to these different groups, and they get to, share things. But it's interesting how he was giggling and laughing, and this, being Marsau. At the end of the day, Marsau does this. He is a huge gaslighter, knowing that there might have been someone on the other side of that who was, affected by it. So listen, at the end of the day, I took it, okay? And it was me and Tisha. It took us 4 weeks to do what we couldn't do in 4 years. Well, look like you may have had a little help. Now listen to this last thing, because he also admitted to gaslighting people. He said it. This came from Marsau. Okay, listen to this.
Well, first of all, let's welcome the godfather of the gaslighters, Marsau Scott.
My godfather, I'm not going to bring that into my world, that energy tomorrow. I'm not no gaslighter.
What do you call it?
First of all, I don't know what gaslighting or narcissism is. Okay, it's been so overused, and so everybody just needs psychologists. So everyone's kind of diagnosing people with narcissism and gaslighting. But gaslighting, I guess, is like when somebody comes to you and they ask you a question, and you kind of make them feel crazy for asking you the question.
No, I'm about to call you a name because I don't want YouTube to find me. But no, look, gaslighters are people, when someone asks you a question, you take the question, turn it around, and make it about them and make them feel like they should be guilty for asking you the question. And in your explanation of the answer,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm a gaslighter.
Okay. So yeah, that was it, y'all. That's what I wanted to show you guys. I was like, I distinctly remember after they had filmed those Black Expo scenes, him actually coming on and just kind of gloating about it. Like, yeah, we still ideas. Yeah, me and Tisha, don't leave anything around us. Kimmy will tell you not to do it because we will take whatever you put out there. And I was like, well, damn, is that something? What is this about? It's interesting that you would say that. And then this person comes out and, says what they have to say. Anywho, a lot of y'all were, also in the comments saying what Marsau doesn't have. I think these are things that was coming out of the deposition, but someone did a little footwork and they was like computer science and engineering degree, no degree in computer science, a degree in business administration, fall of 2004, worked at a construction company while in A&M, okay? I think that he claims that as his alma mater, name of the company, M&M Pools, Marsau and Maurice for 6 years, but can't recall time frame. formal education, graduate courses for the University of Huntsville, business analytics at University of Huntsville, no degree, 2015 to 2017. Turner School of Construction Management, attended the above at A&M University, certification available from Turner School 2019. Never took building science course. Okay. And then there's a whole bunch more, child. Y'all have to freeze this and just read away. But just basically saying that he just had a hard time saying how many employees that he had, how many, where locations, the location of Infinity property was, just not being very, very knowledgeable on the business that he says he does all the time. Doesn't recall how many houses they built, doesn't recall other business partners and staff. Says Maurice left and Tisha took over. Marsau didn't own, just assisted. Business was to purchase and renovate commercial real estate. Woo! It goes on and on and on and on, okay? Y'all can see that, right? Work for Target Executive Team Lead 2005 to 2019. Monaco Pictures, the movie theater from 2007 to 2015. Wow, that's a long time to work at the theater. They rented the house in the park, Square Lane, and they also, the house in Lewis Lane claims that Infinity Properties own. They don't own. So there you have it. Anywho, I wanted to know what y'all had to say about it. This is open panel. I shared some information with y'all. I'm going to put the link into the comments and then y'all can let me know what y'all have to say about all this, okay? I'm about to put this in and pin it. 944 of you watching, 373 of you hit that like button. So the rest of y'all, if you could please hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Please and thank you. Okay. But outside of that, yeah, you can talk about the television show from Saturday. That was episode 20. You can talk about that. You can talk about the information I just dropped with Marsau. Being Marsau, hiding in plain sight, letting people know what was going on. You can talk about that. Or you can talk about anything else you see in the news or heard today on social media. That's fine too, child. I'm going to give y'all a good hour to get some stuff done, but come on up. I am interested in hearing from you. Oh, I have Girlfriend Chronicles. Can I see your face? Do you mind? I had someone play me last week. Oh, now it's saying your device isn't connected, so I'll wait for you to get connected. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. You guys are so sweet. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. Let's see. Please respect everyone's opinion, agree to disagree, and keep it moving. Yeah, thank you for saying that, child. If y'all have any, points where you disagree, I see that Trending at some point is in the chat. Welcome, Miss Trending. She has a channel where she has been blowing the roof off the mother as well. Okay, so y'all can go on over there and check her out. But yeah, let me make sure everybody can come up. So Girlfriend Chronicles, I'm not for sure if you wanted to step out and come back in, because right now you aren't, I'm not able to bring you up, okay? And I have Lady D's up. So Lady D's, what is going on? How are
Hey,
you?
Diana, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. Girl, Marcel is a hot, unadulterated mess. He need to go somewhere and sit down. I am so sick of him. I was like, can we get other people besides some doggone Marcel and Tisha
For
on the
Saturday's
screen?
episode, from
Huh?
Saturday's, you were talking about Saturday's episode?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I,
Well, child, tell me what you think about everything. I see you guys lining up in the back. Come on in, welcome, and I'll get you up in just a second. And thank you for letting me see you off camera too. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, you can cam back up if you want, or put your screen back up. Okay, so is there anything that you'd like to talk about in particular? I'll get the picture up for you.
Tisha and that doggone casino night.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh. What
Okay.
was she doing? Looking a hot unadulterated mess.
You
How
didn't like
you how
you
you not know how to flirt?
that was different, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're a woman. You're supposed to know how to flirt, right?
It was a different. It was different. It was different. I
It
agree.
was definitely different. But if you don't know how to flirt with your husband, that might be one of the problems that you have in your relationship while they working out.
Child,
'Cause obviously the man don't even like her. Cause I mean, look at his face. He just looked like he miserable. He tired of being there. He don't want to be with her.
I
Allegedly, when he
thought it
said
was
that.
hilarious when he said, "Act like you are a single woman, not an old married woman." I was like, "Wait a minute, what is this about?" That was horrible.
Ain't she only 40?
She is, but why are you saying act like you a single woman? What was that? Why did that even come out of his head to say? That was just funny to me.
Because allegedly they're supposed to be living separately, right?
That's what is being said. That's what's being alleged. Okay, that is what's being alleged. It's been reported out there by a couple of YouTubers, but on social media they do appear to still go out. I see everybody back there who've taken your camera off. I appreciate it. And I'll bring you up in just a minute. And I would like Girlfriend Chronicles. Hopefully you can come back up. Okay. Um,
But
yeah.
but it's like your husband walks in the door and you side hug him.
Yes, it was such a church hug. It wasn't even
You
like a
want to
it was like, "Hey, pastor." Okay.
right. It's like if my man, my husband, my boo thing, whatever, he come in the door, I'm hugging straight forward. We face to face. That's what we doing. We ain't doing no side hug, no nothing. I mean, unless we mad at each other or something like that. But I mean, even then, mad or not, you gonna give me a hug.
The
I
way
don't care.
the windmills from Marsau, my man, you would have just expect a little front hug, a little peck. It was just a
Right. Something,
I might as well
something.
protest and went on about the day.
Right. And it's like the Basie and Mila
Uh-huh.
character, like, did she just come out with that because Melody came out with hers?
Child, I
Allegedly. I
know.
mean, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like she just copycatting and just doing the most. I don't, you know how I feel about Tisha. I don't like her. I I can't. I'd be glad when they just get caught in whatever they gonna get caught in. Cause
Okay.
I'm so sick of them. I
Okay.
don't ever want to see another Tisha and myself show ever in life. I
Listen,
mean, I
whatever
like the
whatever you do,
time.
don't hold back, okay? I was just gonna say, lady, do whatever you do, don't hold back on your real feelings, okay?
I, Look, and I'm looking forward to Saturday's episode. I've been
I
looking forward to this for a whole month now. I'm tired of all these shows because I give this show about a 6. 'Cause I was so over it. I
you
was
were
so over it. Yes,
okay.
all that Tisha and Marcel crap, and then I'm over Kimmy and her no s
Mhm.
feelings for Maurice. I mean, ooh, something gotta give.
That was a lot. That was a
It's
lot of
too it's too many Scots on the show. I'm sorry. It's just way too many Scots. One of them gotta go. And if one of them gotta go to keep half of the ratings up, I guess. you- I would hate to say this, but keep my soul and Tisha, but get rid of Maurice and Kimmy. I'm so sick of
bringing the
them.
snow down for you.
Yes, because I'm sick of them talking about the no S thing. I don't want to hear that no more. If you
Okay.
ain't getting enough, that's your problem. You need to deal with it. And Miss Diana, I'm sorry, hun. I gotta tell you this. I'm
Mm,
gonna tell you just like I told Anthony. I said you
mm.
gotta take that clock down or put yourself in the middle so people can see your beautiful face. So
Oh, okay. Listen,
yeah.
child, I'm still learning to work this little thing, and I'm trying, okay? I have to
No,
figure these
you good, girl. We just
out.
want to see your face while you talking, cause when the clock is
Oh,
putting your block up, you can't even see you with your beautiful self.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I
Okay,
appreciate you too.
Leslie. I have LaDawn up. I thought I put someone else up. They must have dropped down. Hey, LaDawn. Hey, Maritha.
Hey, hey, Marita.
Hey, Braylon.
Hey, hey,
Hi.
Hey,
Braylon.
hey, everybody.
Hey,
Okay.
Braylon.
We're going to
Hey,
start with
hey.
LaDawn. If I get up, LaDawn, what is up? And what do you want to talk about? Do you want to keep a picture up? Do you want me to, do you want to talk about what the conversation about? Not Maritha.
Well, first of all,
Yes.
Marsau
I
is
always
so
get just a little nervous.
Marsau is so full of himself, and he takes pride in it because he thinks he's so smart. He
Yeah.
actually takes pride in being a thief,
Hmm.
stealing somebody's ideas and not willing to give them credit or do it the appropriate way, the
Okay.
fair way. He thinks it's cute.
He
And
thinks,
then he's saying, Tisha, pop your collar because Tisha did something that they couldn't do in 5 years or whatever. Guess what? It wasn't because it couldn't be executed. It was because y'all kept fighting against the real leader. Okay? That was it was more of creative
I'm
differences.
about to bring you up. I'm about to bring you up, grown and sexy. I don't know if you want to stay on camera. You want to stay on camera?
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I
That's
just want to make
okay.
sure I get everybody up, honey. Okay. Sorry, LaDon. Go ahead. It's not because it couldn't be done. It's because they couldn't let the leader lead, is what you said.
Right. They was too busy in being catty, and Kimmy said that. Every time we had a meeting, you were a problem because
Hmm.
you want to be the boss, because you didn't want to allow people that was good in what area to do what they needed to do. You
Hmm.
know, on top of you didn't want to sign your name to
Hmm.
necessary paperwork that
Hmm.
needed to push certain things through. So
Hmm.
you held up a lot of things. It's easy for you and Tisha to throw something against the wall because she lets you control everything. You ain't got nothing coming, no resistance. You don't got nothing coming at you, no challenge.
Yeah. And
So
that was one of the things that's like the overwhelming, like, every episode, it's someone saying, and specifically Kimmy, you are the reason nothing ever got done
yeah,
in these meetings. Like you were the main one stopping business from moving forward because you wanted to be the boss and your ideas weren't hitting, period.
and then he's acting like it was such a great success that, oh my God, we did the darn thing. Well, like I said, you threw something against the wall and it made it through the day, but what came out of it? Really nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. You know what I mean?
Correct.
You're the one that throw things against the wall to see if they stick, while you're sneaking like a snake, listening to people, and then go running off, stealing their ideas, and then doing something. Like, because you can't be original, you can't come up with it on your own. You should be more ashamed to even say that you have to take other people's ideas, that you've never had one of your own, not one.
That is a lot, right? And
I mean,
he
like,
was drinking when
yes.
he said it, so it was absolutely his sober mind speaking.
And it's funny that he gives Tisha these props, but yet when you're dealing with her, you're contradicting yourself because you don't treat her
Like you
like
need.
what you were saying on that interview.
You're right. You're right. You are right, child.
So
Let's go on to
once
Maritha.
again,
Hmm.
hot air. You just saying things just to be saying it because it can flow out your mouth like that, but it holds no weight with me because it's all bull crapola. I see right through it. I'm not impressed. All of it's bullcrap. It shows really bad character. It really does. And the thing about what the first caller said about paying for what you do, and the
Lady,
reason why I don't prey on anybody's downfall, but when you take money from innocent victims, just like Jen Shaw allegedly, in my opinion, you need to pay your price.
allegedly, yes, we'll say allegedly just to make
I
sure.
said that. I said
Okay.
allegedly, and in my opinion, I said that.
Okay. All right. Let's talk to Maritha real quick. Make sure I get all of you in. Hey, Miss Maritha. Thank you, LaDon. You can stay up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Miss Maritha.
Hello. That was a gorgeous picture you put up. That was a
Oh,
beautiful picture. Good evening, everybody. You
your
know
mic.
what? I am watching this episode. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Nope.
me?
You got a whole lot of back feed. It's like crackling like popcorn over there.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it could be. Let's see. Is that better?
Better.
Is that better?
It is. It's better.
Okay. You know, I'm under the conclusion now. I am not going to get upset with anything Marcel say or whatever Marcel do, because it does not make him a better person. It just make him a worse person. When you when you talk, like when Stormy, when they were in the meeting and Stormy was calling him out of his name, that did not affect him in any way. And and at some point you just got to look at Marceau and just say, you know what, this is the type of person that will make you angry at yourself for trying to get angry with him. Because
And
as he says, sometimes Marceau be speaking the truth. Because when him and I think when him and Mel was talking, and he said, well, if you didn't have this platform, you wouldn't. Then I thought about it and I said, you know what, that's true, because we did not know Mel before the show. But now that we do know Mel, we did not know you before the show either. And Mel is using the platform, since you don't recognize that. Mel is using the platform for what the platform is supposed to be used for,
yep.
elevation. So with Marceau, you can't get upset with him, because you know what? He has a ghetto mentality. And when you have a ghetto mentality, regardless of where you go in life, with someone like him, you're going to always have that same mentality. What Marceau is doing to people now, allegedly, and from what I've been hearing, scamming people, he's been then doing that on a lower level. Now that he has exposure and the people are going by the show, they're not going by him, or he works on this show. So this is what they're doing. Though this is why people are going into business with Marceau. Marceau is not a businessman. He is used to taking tickets up at the movie theater, scraping the popcorns up out the floor. That's the kind of job he's used to. He's not used to. What have he actually finished? What,
I don't
except
believe
for
in starting.
their
I can't see
house,
it finished. I,
for their house. And so so for me, I don't get angry with Marceau, because see, I have met a lot of Marceaus in my life, and then you just have to look at them and say, you are what Stormy called you to be. You just have to let that be. And if we're talking about the show that night, it wasn't a good show, because with
can't hear you,
and the
Maritha.
daughter looked like his dad. And them kids was not interested in that. They wasn't interested in their product.
Okay.
They mama couldn't even sit there and say, oh, I'm doing this for the girl. She couldn't even, how many takes did it take for her to do that scene? That
Child.
that was my thought. And Kimmy, for me, Kimmy is always an afterthought. I'm not going to even say anything about her and her cooch, because I'm so sick of hearing about it. If you don't want to do anything, don't do anything. I don't care. I don't even have anything to say about Kimmy and the Wintlows. Those group of people,
Hmm.
they bring absolutely not one thing to the show. Not one thing do they bring to the show. And Tisha,
Maritha.
we could call Tisha, her self esteem has been beat down. So,
Maritha, I'm sorry. I had to mute you because I can't hear you very well. I don't know if you want to step out and come back in, but your mic is
oh,
just crushed. Okay. You was in on a roll, and then it just literally started
is
going out again. Hmm. Try
okay.
to speak
Is this
back.
better? Is that
This,
better?
yeah, but you're gonna have to stay wherever you
Oh,
are,
am
right?
I too close to the mic?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
Okay, go
Is
ahead.
that better?
You said that you don't want to hear any more about Kimmy and
Yeah, but the show was, I can't even get, no more about Kim and her cooch. She gonna be fine. Play with it yourself. Do something. I don't care what you do about that. The show was like a snooze fest. For me, it wasn't a good show.
Okay. Okay. I hear you. I understand. Is that it? You get it off?
Yeah,
Chest?
well, I mean, it really, the show didn't bring anything.
Okay.
I just had a thought about Marsau, and when Marsau was arguing with, now the interesting thing was when Marsau and Martell was arguing, they were trying not to say what I done did for you and what you done did for me. They were trying to keep that kind of under, but I got from when he was saying, I ain't never did nothing for you. I ain't never gave you nothing. No, what you did, you gave it to old girl.
Yeah, you
And
can tell.
Martell gave it back. Tell you.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna stop you right there because that's your mic is out again. But you can tell that it was edited in a way where they were cutting things out of that conversation. So if there was names being said, they were just giving you just a little bit of something. So it was a back and forth. But at the same time, I was just like, ooh, where's the name? What was a check for? That was it. But yeah, you could tell. But anywho, Maritha, I appreciate you. I don't know what is going on with your mic, but I'm gonna go on to Braylon. I have a couple more people up, and then if we have some time, I'll let you guys finish out your thoughts. Okay? Hey, Braylon.
Hey, DYANAROZAY. Hey, everybody in the chat. Hello to everybody on the panel.
Hold on.
Um,
Maritha dropped down. I don't know if she upset. Come back, Maritha. Okay, go ahead.
no, all good. When I talked about this on my channel, the thumbnail I did says when the chips are richer than you. Once again, when the chips are richer than you. Like I'm not gonna say that no one has a good heart because we're all human. But for all of this hate to come your way, it can't be by accident, damn it.
Okay.
I mean, really. I mean, yes, yes, editing is there, but the words of Karen Huger, we're only judging what you're giving us.
You
You
only
know
judge
what I mean?
how.
No, for sure. And with what Marifa said, I am not in that position to say what she said about Kimmy. I would never go that low. So I will just say this: there
Yeah.
is definitely more to life than that. I would rather be happy that I am cancer free than not getting any. I know that's important, but hey, to each their own. I think there's more to their storyline with Martell and y'all. It's all in context, okay? I know that sex is important, but being alive is more. But with Martell and Marsau, I'm just like, y'all are just two bullies that never seem to grow up from the playground at all. Because it just seemed like tit for tat, but yet nobody is that me?
It sounds like it's you because every time you speak, it starts crackling.
Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. That's odd because I'm sorry, y'all. Hang on. Hear me now a little bit.
It's still a little bit of feedback there.
Just have everybody mute.
Yeah.
Everyone else is mute. Everyone else is mute.
Okay, is that better? No, it's still me.
You're still
I'm
crackling. You want to
okay. I'm
come back
yeah.
in?
You can move on. I'm sorry for the feedback because it wasn't doing that before. I'm sorry.
Oh, I noticed that. Okay. I don't know what's going on here though, but I apologize. Go ahead, Grown and Sexy. What's going on?
Hi, Diana, the panel, and everyone in the chat. Diana, you mentioned in one of your other videos that Carlos King, is he still an executive producer or not? I can't remember. Someone had said something about he and the Holtz no longer having credits, but you went and pulled some information.
Right at the end of the show, there's the show credits. Yep, they are still listed as the Holtz, excuse me, Martell and Melody are still listed as producers right here. So Y'all can see it kind of right there where that line is. It says Martell
Right.
Holt, Melody Cherie producer. And then
Mhm.
I said Carlos King is still Kingdom Reign, so it's still produced by his company.
Okay. I was just wondering because I was thinking maybe it's time for Love and Marriage Huntsville to do a rebrand. It's just so much negative energy. It's just the low vibrational. When I watched it on this past Saturday, I mean
Mhm,
it was I woke up sick and I recorded it just so I could try to catch the episode. But it's
mhm,
like it's more and more and more negativity. Even when Marsau was talking to Carlos doing the podcast, and he was speaking about people gathering enemies and friends,
mhm,
and the narcissistic comment that he made
mhm,
about so many people talking about narcs, but the oxymoron behind that is most narcs don't even know that they're narcissists. And then
mhm,
he talked about you don't have to be a mental health therapist, a psychologist, or psychiatrist to understand when you're being gaslit, deflection and projection, and all of those. Now, I am a mental health therapist, but I listen to some of the things that Marcel say, and I'd be like this. He has a way of really twisting information and twisting ideas. And
mhm.
my thing is, I'm not trying to start a riot. I'm not trying to start a movement. But
Mhm.
at this point, it's about time for them to rebrand and do something new. It's just
My guess, if they rebrand, it's off the air. I don't see anybody putting any more money into the show.
yeah.
I think the negativity, I said this the other day in my review, there is a cult following for the show. And by that, I mean that people watch this show when the show is not on the air. People watch the show when it's like it comes on once a week when it's on the air on a Saturday. And
Right,
outside of that Saturday, it is followed Monday through Sunday, literally every day of the year.
right,
And I
right.
I don't even know if it's a show at that point because we can't call it the show. It's just everyone's personal life. So people are involved in the show or the lives of the cast in a way that you don't involve yourself in other shows. So it can feel, I think, toxic if you are watching it that way. And sometimes you have to take a step back. I've
Mhm.
had to take a step back and I review the show because people send stuff to me and I'll just be like, "Ooh, this is not something that I know I have the capacity to discuss because it's just too much."
Absolutely. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. I know when they started, it was about empowerment, Black love, businesses, entrepreneurship. It
Mhm,
just really took a turn. And it's almost like sometimes it's cringing just to see. Of course, you can say I'm a woman of color. It's
mhm,
just cringing just to see my people behave in such a manner. Sometimes it's just really discouraging because I know 99.9% of us are greater than that. And some of the things, games that Marceau is playing, and then he's allowed to play those games, it's just, at
mhm,
some point, it needs to stop. They need to change it from reality to fictionary or something.
mhm,
Something just really needs to be adjusted, or I don't know. But nonetheless, that
mhm.
was just my little spiel.
Okay. Well, I'm happy you came up to talk about it. I appreciate your opinion over everything. But I mean, you have a point, and a lot of people feel the way you do, I'm sure. But we look at the show in a way, I want to just remind people, we watch the show in a way we don't watch other shows. We're not even interested in watching other shows in the same way.
Mm,
So there's something about this particular show that people are interested in the lives of these people outside of a Saturday night,
mm,
on for whatever many months of the year type of show. And that
absolutely.
is what can feel heavy for a lot of people.
Right, right.
Mhm,
All
mhm.
right, lady.
Okay,
Nice talking with you.
I hope you come back.
Okay. Y'all take care.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's see. I think Hershey is next. Hey, Hershey.
Hi.
Hey, how you
How you
doing?
doing?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Lord, I pops in and out for the whole this whole fiasco. But the crazy thing about this is why is Marceau and them bragging on buildings and stuff that they know nobody occupied in? Nobody was in the building. You wasn't making money off the buildings.
I don't
You was a slumlord, child. Like let's come to the realization. that at the end of the day, I think it was Marita that said that we wouldn't know Mel if it wasn't for the show. So sometimes Marcel be right. When he's right, he's dead behind wrong. Because at the end of the day,
What?
Mel still was a multi-millionaire.
She
So
was.
obviously she made enough in the Huntsville area and was a big name enough in the Huntsville area till she went to Carlos King and he was like, you know what? I would like to work with you.
Yes, for sure.
Did Tisha go? No, first of all, she wouldn't have been able to get past a sentence. Every time I hear Tisha talk, I just think of Harlem Nights when that man was stuttering talk about you about to be a rich man. I for real. Every time.
Stop it. Oh my
Ah,
gosh.
let her keep going, Diana.
Every time. I'm like, Tisha, can you get the words out? I'll be just like Richard Pryor in that moment when he was like, I got it. It took a while, but I got it. Like, oh my God. And Marsau, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Marsau, even though I can't stand him, he cracks me up because he is living in the land of the Lulu.
Yes.
And I have seen a lot of Marsau's in my life to where you just don't even argue with them no more. You just be like, you know what? You got it, partner, because you finna make my IQ drop 20%. Keep arguing back and forth with you. Because what he does is take you around and around and around the mulberry bush until he tires you out
Yes.
to make you just be like, you know what? You got it, bro.
He's a
You
self-admitted gaslighter. He is pathological liar. He has a lot going on. Okay, that's my opinion. But he has a lot going
he does.
wear you out. I said that in my review. I was like, Marsau has a way of talking where you're just like, did I say that? Did I? He'll make you question what you freaking said. You can watch
It's
it.
like you have to play chess to even talk with him because he'll have you like, we weren't even talking about that. What are you talking about? And he always moves the goalpost. Now, first, he not finna pay for somebody that's gonna talk about t-shirts.
Yeah.
Then it was, well, I don't respect that business. Now it's because, oh, you're not gonna talk about your failures.
Yes. Yes.
How can I talk about failures that I didn't have? What are you talking about?
Yes, he really did. That conversation he was having with Martell, I was like, what the hell am I watching? Yes, Melody would have never. When he was
Never would have done that. Oh, talk about your failures. Oh, you talked about your failures in marriage. And
Mhm.
Lord, let me tell you something. If Martell didn't realize he was on camera, that would have been a fight. Because let's be clear, Martell is on that scrappy mindset of how do y'all still got y'all wives and I don't.
Yeah, you're right.
He is on that mindset. So when Marsau is the last person needs to be talking about your failed marriage because you helped fail the marriage.
Yep, you're
You
right.
did that.
He is
That's
on
why you was right. They was when he was like, didn't I loan you money? And it wasn't for business. And it's like, oh, y'all, uh-oh. Marcel bringing up the time he gave your side chick money and you had to pay.
he shut that whole conversation down with that one. And then he ended it with Martell, why don't you bring your harem or whatever you got going on? Like, don't
And
forget.
then Marcel was laughing at that.
And he had to giggle. Yeah, I
He
think
had to giggle at that, and it's like, bruh,
mhm.
Marcel really just pulled your trump card. Like, he really just pulled your card. Like, yeah, you know, I know. Because just like Mel said, she ran the company. See, Tisha Face is just on the company. They use her to get the grants and different things like that. But see, Mel really ran the company. So she would see little items or whatever transactions that was going on that wasn't looking right if he would have did it through their account.
You said
So there
Mel.
was times that Mark so had to do what he had to do for coleslaw, allegedly, so that Mel wouldn't catch it. Because Mel literally was running their company. Because if Mel didn't catch it, I know Miss Van would have.
Now, I want to say Melody absolutely said she did not run the company. She said she didn't have anything to do with the books. Remember on the reunion, she said that?
Oh, with that company. She's talking
No,
about the
that company.
company
I'm not
with her
talking
and
about Scope.
Martell.
Her company
I'm
with
talking about.
Yes.
That's why Martell couldn't run it through Holt and Holt
Gotcha.
because because Mel was running that company,
Oh,
so he had to have. So Marcel had to do it through his stuff so that Mel wouldn't catch it.
you're right. Okay, just making sure, child. Listen, clearly the way he stopped talking, I don't remember that. You know what, man? You got it. You got it. Let's just That's not how.
No, let's keep going. And
Yeah,
Chris had me cracking up because Chris was my face the whole time.
yeah.
Look,
The way Chris was
while
like,
y'all airing each while y'all airing each other dirty laundry, bruh, can you get out this house? Cause I just put the same.
fat, fat,
While y'all arguing about who did what for what, how about you go ahead and get your stuff out this house so
fat.
I can sell it? Do that, like, cause y'all arguing and this ain't finna go nowhere. Cause at the end of the day, Tisha and Marsau is the bootleg Jada and Will. Okay, they're not leaving each other. They're not getting a divorce. Marsau gonna do what he do. Tisha gon' the only thing different between Tisha and Jada is Jada be like, you gonna do what you do and I'm gonna do what I do and we gonna still be together.
And
Tisha
one night,
gonna sit there like a
money.
bullfrog on a wall
One
and
has
let Marshall do what he do. And you know what? That's their marriage. That is their marriage. I ain't got to worry about his pictures coming out here. I ain't laying next to the man. I ain't kissing his gums. You know what I'm saying? That's her.
okay, Hershey, we're shutting you down right now. Not don't think I didn't.
Diana, before we go to the next person, can I kind of like try to not try? I like to clarify something.
Okay.
What Hershey just said.
Yes.
When I said that some of the things that Marceau say is true, which they are true. Some of the things that he say is true concerning some things. When he said Mel wouldn't have a big audience if she wasn't on the TV. When I said that, I was also saying we didn't know Mel. Maybe the people in Huntsville did outside of Huntsville. We didn't, but she's using her platform to elevate her to different heights where we didn't know any of them
And the fact
before Huntsville
is,
came on.
Melody was operating as a star before she showed up on the show. And that's what
Exactly.
the
That's
first
right.
place, because she was putting herself in a place where she was like, listen, I am going to live the way I feel things should go out in my mind. And that's what she was doing. She was promoting herself.
Exactly.
The,
And so she just used her platform. That's what you're supposed to do when you have a platform. You're supposed to use it.
That's why everybody was so pissed, because they were like, we want you to play little Melody Cherie from Huntsville, or from, in that little.
Exactly. So
And we
I wasn't.
out season 1, we were like, oh shoot, these people are literally trying to stump this girl's dreams and whatever she has going on. You can see it. You can see it. And you can also see that when she made her, went to the next platform and the next platform and the next platform, I'm a singer, I'm an actress, whatever those things were that she said she was going to accomplish, all the things he said she was throwing at the wall that stuck, all of those things. There's a group of people that was behind her watching her do it, who's chasing those footsteps. They're all doing the same stuff she was doing then, right?
And
They're
she's
all,
likable.
and that is.
And if you really want to know the truth, like you said, it's too. Please understand, Miss Marita. I understood what you were saying. I was just making a point that even when Marcel be
Okay,
right, he be
thank
wrong.
you.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, then we could say the same thing for Candy Burris. She was real famous before she even got on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We all knew her from Escape, but she used that platform to get her other businesses off the ground. That's what you are supposed to do. Kenya Moore, we knew her. That's what you're supposed to do. You can't get mad at the player because she knew how to play the game right. She was where she
That's
was, and she tried to pull them along. They called her bougie. That's what That's what Kimmy and them called. And I want to point out, I know this is off the subject before you shut me down, because I know sometimes I can be a little petty. But I had went back to an old Funky Dineva interview, and I just want to put this out there. All
Okay.
of them was really trying to set Mel up as far as I'm concerned. All of them was trying to set her up because even Mel was like, there have been times where her friends, Destiny included, was saying that she should get a boyfriend. They all wanted to get dirt on her. Kimmy was sympathizing with the side chick when she was standing there on film in front of in front of everybody on national TV asking Martell, well, what about the other chick? That's not fair. So Mel is in a good space, but so I guess the other lady is, it doesn't matter about her happiness. No, Kimmy, no, it don't matter. It don't matter. I don't care if that hooker was crying in a car, sucking her thumb with a lollipop. She don't matter. But see,
Exactly.
side chicks sympathize with other side chicks.
Woo, child.
And I just leave it
It was the lollipop for me.
Okay. Well, Hershey has come in and shut it down. Okay. Thank you, Hershey. You can stay up if you'd like. I am going to go to Hannah, and then go to Elena, Simone, Monique. I'm gonna do you last, okay? And then, well, if we have a little bit of time, I will we'll finish this out. But I think I only want to stay on for an hour and 30. So go ahead, Miss Hannah, and we'll keep it rolling.
Okay, thank you, Diana. Hello, panel and chat. Okay, when you showed us that interview with that Marsau did with Carlos, you saw how Carlos was giggling and all of that foolishness. That's just aggravating to me.
Yes. I'm laughing because I giggle a lot, and I was like, "Oh, I hope I'm not getting struck in the."
I'm saying, this is. I mean, we're here just chit chatting. He was doing an interview, so it was a little different. I mean, we all kind of, giggle, but what I'm saying is, he was just overly exaggerating the giggle because, and then it was at a time where this man is telling you that he liked to steal other people, ideas.
Okay.
Like somebody say, what you did it on a lower level and you were getting away with it, but now you try to do it with Zen Garden. And here's the thing: as a builder, you have to every year you have to have continuing education courses. I'm sure, because that's a profession. You have to get a license for that. You have to know what ethical standards are. And I'm sure where he probably don't care about the ethical standards. When you filled out that bid, allegedly, and in my opinion, according to those documents, you knew you were lying from A to Z on those documents. But that's what he been used to doing. And another thing he lied about. Now, he said Letitia was the one who was able to get one of the only now combat group event off the ground. Now, did we see Kimmy in season 1 or 2 throw a combat group initiative where she was out there giving out what was she doing? It was for the community, and Melody out of water.
Yep, she was giving out feminine products to the young girls for school or something to that nature.
Yeah, it was some fun day event, and she had combat initiative on a combat group initiative or whatever. So basically what he's doing is he's putting him and Letitia's businesses on a different level and putting everybody else's business. This is what he's coming out of his mouth. When he said that Melody was unprofessional.
He took it over. He even said in this season, when they were all at the table 2 episodes ago, he said, this is not a group effort. This will only be me and Tisha. You guys are just here to give us ideas. You're only here to give us ideas. And that's when Stormy said, I didn't come here for this. I thought this was a group effort. And that's when her and Courtney left.
They left. And I guarantee you, Martell, I don't like him. But he better be counting his lucky stars or whatever right now that Letitia would not let him back in that group that was back in scope, because his name would have been on the line right up there with Zen Garden probably. And everybody connected to them better know that hey, this ain't nothing to play with. When you fooling around with Marsau, and he apparently seems to be a scanner, like Miss Wanda say, he is going to get you and everybody else in trouble fooling around with him, because he, like I think Maritha already said it, he's used to scamming people, and this is just his character. This is who he is, and for him to sit there and lie, deliberately look in Chris Fletcher's and his wife's face and say that Melody and Martell was unprofessional, flat out lying, and he knew he was lying. And I don't know, he's gonna get all of this back, him and Letitia, and that message that they put out talking about, if you made us, make another one, all this stuff like this, they're gonna have to, like my mom used to say, they don't believe fat meat greasy. All of this stuff they're putting out there, like the lady said, you stole the idea. Well, you know, I don't know if she can steal a Black Expo idea, but I'm pretty sure Letitia was talking about it was her vision. It came to me in a vision or whatever craziness she was talking about. Lying all the time. They cannot. Now, when you showed us that, now we can see clearly that you cannot say anything to them. That's why Melody keep everything. She don't tell you nothing until it's almost ready to come out, because here they are trying to copy everything. He had enough nerves to say he don't what did he say? I don't he doesn't respect, or whatever word he used, the product this, but you selling t-shirts, contradicting everything. So if Marsau, somebody don't stop him in his tracks, he's going to go further and further with this. And with Kimmy and Maurice, I don't like this, how they putting out this thing about her and always trying to please her husband, and regardless of her feelings. I don't like that narrative, because it's getting old, number one, and nobody care, number two, and number three, what kind of example are you setting for women now? Because people are just going to talk real bad about you, because that's really not what we want to hear.
Who watched someone go through an illness and pass away from that illness. I would think, just I've watched two people actually. There's certain things that happen, and I know they can't make the show super heavy, but it needs to be more about Kimmy coming through this, to me. Like, Kimmy should have a bucket list and things that she should be checking off, and shit she cannot tolerate from certain people, because I've just come through some things and this will never happen again. And we're not seeing that. Kimmy just went right back into the minutia with Maurice. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like that is honest. And I'm happy that we get to see Jalen this coming Saturday. It looks like he'll be at the picnic. And I'm kind of curious if they're going to have a conversation and what that's going to look like. Because we haven't seen Jalen have a conversation with his mama in the aftermath of her getting healthy. So I'd love to see that.
Yeah. And someone already said it. It's too many Scott episodes, not episodes, but scenes. But then once you look at it though, because they have Tiffany and her husband, and then they have Stormy and her husband, that kind of balance it out a little bit, but it's still too many Scots on there with Kiki. Everything seems to be revolving this last episode around the Scots business. And again, I think that they setting them up to have to talk about certain things regarding their business. So they may think they're getting all these episodes and they're going to be the number one people. I mean, or they may be trying to set them up to be the number one couple. But Martell with this revenge P, he might be out the door. And I'm glad that they putting him on blast about that house. Get up out of that house. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say, because the reason I'm glad they putting him on Front Street about this house is because of the way he did Melody when she tried to, she wanted to live in the house, and they go, and however he tricked her back to Huntsville to say, you live in one house, I live in the other house, and then she went to get her furniture and stuff. He wouldn't even let her get it. So this is showing him you were wrong for doing that. I'm glad it came back on him, because you can't do people like that and expect that something good is going to happen to you. So I'm glad Chris keep telling me, you got to go, get up out of here, furniture and all. Bye,
child. Okay. I hear you. I do want to say this because I know a lot of people have been talking about what happens next in the show. Melody actually came out and said that she has no intention of leaving the show, that she wanted that, her expectation is to move forward with the show for the next season. So season 7A, she is expecting to come back and be a part of it, which is great. I like her on the show. And if y'all follow me for any period of time, you've heard me say this before, that I've always felt like for us to see a Black woman out the gate present an idea to someone, have it stick, like her mama said, and for it to be number one on this huge network, having to, put all of her other ideas out there, having to, you know, live out all of her dreams, whatever those dreams happen to be, with 4 babies, because those children are still small, okay? You know what I'm saying? She's still raising babies. She's still helping kids do their homework at night, and if they're sick, taking care of them, and all of these things. And with all of that going on, because I know what my life looks like when I get sick, or if my dog gets sick, or whatever, my husband gets sick, anybody in the house, it can slow everything down to damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm at an age in my life where I twisted an ankle. I was saying this to my friend the other day. She had fell off of, she said she hit her ankle on a curb or something. And she was like, I can't do nothing. And I was like, that is what I'm talking about. When I think of Melody, who has 4 children that she is, taking care of, having a big ass house, all of that stuff. And then 50, 11 jobs that she does. If she takes a break just a little bit, if she sits back and doesn't have a little back seat for a day, so that she can do other things, excuse me, like produce a reality TV show or sit down and have a business meeting so that she can be a partner in the purchase of a network, I think that's okay. I I think we watched this show to the point of where everything fell on Melody and Martell season after season after season. They gave so much, we expect to just see them for the full show or see her for the full show. And I don't know if this is true, but if she pulls out for a day for an episode so that other people can do something because she has something else to do, I think it's okay. We will see her do her thing, and she's still coming back for season 7. I would like to see us support her until she's ready to go. That's what I'm hoping we can do. That's what I'm hoping, because there's so many people who want to take her down, and for a long time, I thought everybody else on the show was trying to take the show down so that she didn't have the show anymore. It's her show. I think we should try to support her in her show. If y'all understand what I'm saying, it's just a lot. I think she does more that we can see visually. She does more in a day than most people do in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Packing her own stuff. All that stuff is crazy. And traveling, Paris, next time she's going to Japan, all this stuff, coming back home, still having a full plate with children and all of that stuff. That's a lot. Don't you think that's a lot?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely a lot. And here they are, they trying to copy her with that too, with that little cheap scanner thing they had over somebody else's house. Get your stuff together and then copy somebody else. Don't copy somebody and then have that stuff half done. People gonna talk about that, and rightfully so, especially since you're gonna admit that you take other people's ideas. Stay in your lane. Haven't you ever heard that? Stay in your lane. And then he gonna talk about throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what stick. Now we know exactly who he was talking about.
Okay. A lot of people are saying they want to see Mel's progress. I just feel that if, as a mother, as Melody having 4 babies, seriously, if y'all think about what that takes to do in a day and still show up for this show, 2 seasons a year, they take
Diana,
that's a
that's
lot.
why I watch. I don't watch because
watch too.
everybody else. I watch because of Mel. I want her to succeed. I don't care if I give the show a 0. I'm gonna watch because of Mel.
Okay. I'm just asking. I was just asking. I know sometimes it can frustrate us with certain things, but at the same time, she's doing it. I don't know. I like seeing it. I know we're watching it. I know a lot of people give her, flowers like she deserves. I know there's other people who, you know, she may not be their cup of tea. Does not mean anything. Push out whatever you don't like and keep watching what you do like and keep supporting what you do like. So yes, let's see. The Scots do not live in reality. They should not be on reality TV. Nope, until they find somebody else to take them. That's what we have to do. We have to support where she is. And right now, for me, and it doesn't have to be everybody else's opinion. I'm not trying to push myself off on anyone else. I think that this season came in hot. I think that Melody being a part of the shenanigans, so to speak, because we are watching a reality TV drama. But her coming in and saying, this time I am going to film, I am going to talk about stuff that I said I wasn't going to talk about before. I am going to put it on the table. This is what I know. I saw this mess going down on the internet. I'm talking about it. I know what's going on. I'm talking about it. Y'all were talking about me. Y'all take y'all shots. Y'all take y'all jabs. I'm going to take my jabs too. I'm okay with that. That's reality TV. That's what it has been so far anyway. So, anywho, my apologies. I think it is it Elena and then Monique Stewart? Hey, Elena. No, Elena. How about Monique?
Yes, Diana, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I hear you. How are you? Welcome to the platform.
I'm good. I've been on here before. I was like the
Okay.
last person the last time, so I'm the last person.
Oh, okay. You came back. Okay. Thank you, Monique.
Yes. I've been watching your reviews from like season 1 and stuff, how you review it. I like how you narrate the show, like
Oh,
with
thank
a
you.
full understanding of everything.
Uh-huh.
But I was seeing like when what's her name again?
Who? My
Tisha.
sister? Well,
Tisha and her sister-in-law, they
okay.
both were behaving so submissive to their husband, talking about how they're gonna do this for their husband, let their husband lead, da 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 da, trying to,
Mm-hmm.
and then now Tisha behaving like she does not know how to please her man. You remember when she said, "Oh, I wake up such and do such and such for him, like a schedule, like you don't know how to play sexy for him." Like, come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
You
I
know, there was a scene even on Instagram where somebody made a comment, and I was like, the only reason why Marsau helped Martell to cheat on his wife is because he didn't want to see a successful relationship. He didn't want to see them thrive. He might want Melanie, like he likes her, but he doesn't like Martell for her. You know, he doesn't see Martell as a man because Martell was the only one that went in a relationship with his side piece. Like
Wow.
the rest of them did not have a relationship. It was like, we're gonna do this, cut, but Martell was the only one get caught up and be in a relationship with her. You know,
Okay. I hear you. Yes, there.
even Ariane talking about all they look like quarterbacks and all of that, but she was doing the same thing too. She was no better than them. The only thing I can say with the side pieces, Marsau and Maureen side pieces, they did not come out. They stayed behind and be like, I'm not saying nothing because they're on like international television. I'm gonna get my they don't want to be shamed, People have life. But
Yes, I know.
Ariane did not care about her life. She wanted to be some type of fame, thinking she's going to get it from Martell. I think Martell is just pissed because he knew all the things that Marsau did to help him cheat on Melanie. So him talking about all this, oh, I do this for you and do this for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Marsau not going to say nothing. He knows himself. He's not going to say anything to disrupt what he already said before.
We'll be on episode 6 on Sunday, or excuse me, Saturday, right? And the last thing Martell said on that reunion stage, season 5, is, for some reason, I'm getting feedback when I'm talking to you.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
So he said, I'm never going to tell. I told you guys I would never tell, and I'm never going to tell, right? And we know that Melody has a huge scene coming up. She is doing the name change ceremony, and then she's also going to have another scene with with Nell Fletcher, where she's
Yeah.
asked her about the cheating thing. Did you cheat too? So that's going to be another moment. And then I think also Melody filmed with Martell, right? Where
Okay.
going to talk to her about something. So we're going to see, we have some scenes coming up with Melody, even though we didn't get her
I
as
really want her to speak her mind. A lot of people don't want her to like go like in the
no,
gutter and say
we need to talk
nothing.
about it because we talk about it every time we
Yeah.
discuss it here. I know that anytime we do open panel with Love and Marriage Huntsville, this conversation comes up. I think it was smart for them to make them talk about it as a cast. I shouldn't say make them. I don't know if they did, but it feels like they did for certain.
Yeah.
It feels like they made them talk about it because this has been the most cohesive we've gotten so far. And it's come out the gate. Typically it takes time to warm up, but they came out the gate crunk this season. First episode, second episode, third. Now the last episode, again, it was, lukewarm. People didn't like it. It was the setup episode, the calm before the storm, showing this couple as being, oh,
Yeah.
and now we're gonna get into it. We're gonna see what happens next. They have done a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? They've done a lot of trying to, kill the noise before this episode's come out, right? Trying to
Yeah.
make everybody cute and we're still dating, we're still out here. So we get to see. It's just gonna bring more information to the table. That's all. That's all.
I know, but Martell took too long to have Melody back with a lot of stuff
You're
that
right.
comes out of Tisha
Mm-hmm.
and Marsau mouth. Like he waited too long to say something and try to like defend her in any type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like Nell on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She she doesn't bullshit, and she's very clear when with her like questions. Especially everybody was like getting on her for asking Tisha about the questions at the baby shower. I wanted her to ask the questions, you
Yeah,
know. And
of
I
course.
think they were really playing in her and her husband face, talking about, oh, we didn't know you have business and hold on this. Like, come on, how you like having business in an area where a lot of people want to strive and do stuff? They're on the show, they have businesses, what type of businesses they do.
That's what made it great. He gaslighted
Mm-hmm.
the hell out of them, knowing they've been in that community forever, knowing that they have businesses and that they're successful. They're coming in there and drip every single time they walk into that bar. They're the richest thing in the damn bar. So you know better. You
He's
know.
jealous. I feel like he's jealous, but he does not know how to like display it. So it just come off as being mean, you know. And I
Mhm.
still can't believe Tisha is a Libra, but okay. She's one of the 18 Libras everybody we keep talking about.
Listen, there's always someone out of every zodiac sign, the one that people say, they're not one of us. It's always a Libra. I don't
You would
care.
think she would be more sensitive to a
Listen,
lot
I've
of
never
things
heard
that Mel
Wait a
went through.
minute, I'm a Libra now.
I've
I'm
never
one. My birthday was last week. So
listen, I've never heard anyone say they're not a Scorpio, they're not an Aries, that's not a this. But somebody will get into the comments every single time, be like, "You're a Libra child. I don't know what sign they was born under, but that's not Libra. Y'all do
Yeah,
not."
I'm a Libra. So she was not born under. I'm a Libra with Scorpion tendencies. I'm on that last day. So
Uh,
she is not the type of Libra that I am. So just putting that out there.
okay.
you would think she'd be more sympathetic with a lot of things that Melody went
It's
through,
not just with Tisha in this show. The only sign I've heard people like push out, like, child, that's not a Libra, is the Libra sign. For whatever reason, y'all have
Okay.
some people in y'all sign that y'all just don't like. Okay. And so
That's
it's
true. That's
to
true because we just
I'm
find it
nothing like
so
this.
weird
Okay.
how
All right,
they
now,
behave, you
let
know?
me get to Elena. Let me get to Elena, and then we get ready to sign off. We've been on for about an hour and a half now. So
Thank you, Diana.
thank you, Monique. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Miss Elena.
Hey, everybody. So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Libra.
Happy birthday.
Are you a Libra?
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh! Well, I got 3 Libras on the panel. Well, happy birthday.
Okay.
I am a Libra too. Did
I
you
have
count
a lot of
Or-
Libras in my
Yes.
life.
Today is my
And
birthday too.
happy birthday, twin.
That means that y'all were conceived at when? Christmas?
Thank
When?
you.
When
So
it was cold
Probably
outside?
around December.
Mm-hmm.
I never figured it out. I
Around
don't know, but I know that my parents' best friends,
Mm-hmm.
all their children are born at the same time as all my parents' children.
Oh
Like,
wow!
yeah, give or take a day or two. So they must have been having some kind of vacations or
I was gonna
something.
say y'all went camping or something, huh?
I don't even know. But okay, so yes, I am a Libra, and I have a lot of Libras in my life.
Okay.
So,
None of them are like the Scots, is what you were gonna say.
yes,
Okay.
yes, one is exactly like the Scots.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, but you have
Did
to
you-
remember the two Scots are kind of different.
Okay.
So, what Marsau does is he will destroy any event, like anytime they're trying to progress, he always shuts down the progress.
Mm-hmm.
That's intentional.
Okay.
Okay. And then what he does is, so it's also narcissism. You create a situation and then you reign over it. So
Mm-hmm.
what he did was he just made it so nobody could get anywhere except for him and Tisha.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So every time they had a meeting, he wouldn't agree with anything. He wouldn't sign anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Kimmy said, you messed up every meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now hold on. Let me just say this. I'm a millimeter to my heart. Like I would throw paws
Mm-hmm.
for Mel. But like I have a best friend and I married a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're like, so I kind of went back to season 1 where they were like mad where they purchased the furniture, 40 something acres.
Mm-hmm.
They do that.
Okay.
And that's the Scorpio. It causes problems in your relationship, your trust levels. Okay, now the copycat Tisha, 100%. It's scary. It's like the single white female. But let me just say this. Maurice is also a Libra, and so is CK. But anyway, so it's just too many of them in one pot because it's a let me say it's a hot mess. Maurice, not Maurice. Yeah, Maurice is gonna get his karma, and it's gonna come in the form of a C.
Okay.
And it'll probably be prostate. And unfortunately or fortunately for him, when men suffer that, sometimes what they do is they put them through therapy where they block their testosterone,
Mm-hmm.
and then they increase their female hormone and they start to grow breasts.
Mm-hmm.
So his sex drive will disappear. And he will no longer be a male. The thing that makes you a male is the testosterone. And what makes you a female is the higher levels of progesterone.
Mm-hmm.
So if he is faced with any form, as most men are later in life, his karma will come back to him tenfold of what he's taken his wife through.
Oh wow.
She actually, now for a female of her age, if she was on like a hormone replacement treatment to keep up with him sexually, that feeds C.
That what?
It feeds C.
Oh, I hear you. I don't think that she said that. I don't think she said
She didn't.
she didn't. And she
But if
also,
she had to stop taking it, because they will make you stop taking it, and they will, if she had to stop taking it, because if she's in her 50s, chances are she may be perimenopause or something. So she can't take it anymore because of what she's been through.
Mhm.
But also, not to mention, she has faced her own
Immortality.
her own mortality. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of a person's needs, the last thing that she's thinking about is that. So he will get his karma. He needs to go. The reason that they did not invite the Fletchers is because Tisha claims to be an insurance broker, which is what Chris is.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't want the competition because he's a real estate broker.
Yeah, that would be a competing. That's good. That's a good point, Elena. That was a competing interest because he's broker, real
Yep.
insurance, and so is she.
And they can't be.
Okay.
They could have just been real and just said, "You're my competition. Why would I invite you?" But they won't. She's just not. She's no competition to him, but she didn't want to market him because she's selfish. On his team, when you Google him, he has a title closer on his team that he works with that shows up at his closings. And that's what Maurice is trying to do.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they didn't invite the Fletchers.
Got it. They felt like they had it all in the bag, except the way they showed it on television. They couldn't answer the questions or really communicate anything that they were doing. So anywho, child, that's interesting. I did not think about that. You brought something new to the table. All of y'all did, actually.
Tisha, I just wanted to say this last thing. Tisha and Maurice are the prime example of knowledge without understanding is dangerous. So just because you know what a car looks like the Black Expo, doesn't mean you can build one.
Okay, that's true. That's true. 100%. Just because you know what it looked like, you can't build it. I know. I'm laughing because someone said, "Oh, wow, that makes sense. Another idea stolen." So you actually, there's people in the audience or in the chat that's like, "Oh, pinging too." So yeah, light bulb is on. We did not think about that, child. Thank you for coming and sharing it.
I have one last thing.
Okay.
I say this a lot. I'm sorry. This, I promise. Okay. At some on Marbleheads. Oh, I put in there. Let's black out the Scots. Let's not let them go.
So you black out the Scots. You black out the show.
And that's messing Mel up.
No. What I just mean is don't make them trend on because they're trending. They're trying to. Okay. Martell got on when he first started talking on. Once they figured out that Mel was making so much money from her post, and they were calling her the post queen, they started to copy off of her and try to get on board with social media. Martell got on and he said, "Keep talking about us." That's right, keep talking about us. I don't care if it's good or bad. Just keep talking, because they were getting views, they were getting likes, and they were making money. So what Marsau is doing is he's getting us to talk about him so that his name stays in the algorithm or goes trending. So just give them code names is basically like we already do, but more so than we do, because
okay. Well, I'll say this. Sometimes Marsau trends and it has nothing to do with the show. He was trending for the weekend. It had nothing to do with the show. Someone else put something out there. So he also says and does things that may be a little provocative in comments sometimes.
yes.
So he figures out a way to make himself trend that has nothing to do with the show all the time. So I don't know how you stop that
A
necessarily.
code name.
Huh?
Code name.
Yeah, we can see, but he has a way of taking center stage. That's just who he is as a person.
Yeah.
So anywho, you guys, I'm gonna shut it down because we've been on for a little while.
Yeah, I'm
But
tired.
you guys have been amazing as always. Every single one of y'all, I laughed quite a bit today. It was.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming up, and I do hope you come back. Okay, I hope all of y'all come back, every single one of you. I don't know if anyone has any closing remarks you'd like to say.
I just want to say happy birthday, Hannah.
Thank you, LaDon. Thank you, everyone. I
Yes,
enjoyed the
happy
show.
birthday.
And whoever else in the chat.
Happy birthday and good night. And if anybody
night.
wondering, you can cash out me Friday. That's today. I'll cash out me. You ain't got $1. Just cash out me. That's all.
That's your birthday, Marita, Friday?
Yeah, Friday at 10 o'clock. I will be official.
Happy birthday, Maritha.
Yeah.
Happy birthday for sure. Much love, Diana, everybody. Good night.
Good night,
Good night, Diana.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you to all the content creators who showed up on the panel or in the chat. You guys helped make the broadcast great as well. What else? Thank you to all of my moderators. Let me see if I can say everybody's name. I know Kevin was over there, Miss Tina, Nola Darling. Who else did I miss? Did I miss? Ty, what's up? Thank you for that. Thank you, Cookie from the Shy. I feel like I'm missing someone. Linda Gamble, I think Miss Tina. I hope I said everyone's name. If I didn't, please forgive me. But every one of you with a purple wrench, I appreciate you guys for showing up and spending part of your Monday night with me. Thank you to everyone who blessed the channel. I think it was Soulstar Music Lover. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you guys really did help. Like this chat was jumping. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. I think I am going to go live tomorrow if I can watch. I think it's Ready to Love, Make a Move. And then there's something with Kiki Wyatt. I saw it in the comments, so I'm going to look that show up. And maybe we can do a live tomorrow to discuss that, because I do want to get on the other shows. Because the month of November is going to be Blackity Black 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 with Love and Marriage Huntsville, Married to Medicine, Potomac. I feel like there is another show out there that I forgot. Well, Ready to Love, Make a Move is going to be one, and Kiki Wyatt. So that's 5 shows, y'all. 5 shows we need to be talking about and supporting. Anyway, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell, share it, and I will talk to you all on the next one.